Welcome Aries to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 26th of February for the Sun or the Ascendant. You could find yourself really tempted by something this week. Now it could be that calorific goodie you see in the chilled section in the supermarket. It may be an impulse purchase in terms of clothes. Then again, maybe someone in your friendship group is proven to be rather alluring too. All those possibilities can actually compete with one another. And the reason for this is that Venus and Mars continue in the part of your chart that's very sociable and friendly and wants to perhaps enjoy yourself. But Jupiter in your second solar house is asking you to be conscious of the cost, but also could prompt that temptation because it's egged on by both Venus and Mars. However, if you do find yourself really drawn towards something that perhaps you've said only recently you wouldn't get drawn towards, it may be because of the collection of energy in your 12th solar house. Now by Wednesday we have two unique events within the same day. Now there's going to be the first Sun-Mercury cazimi of the year. That's not that unusual, but to have the Sun apply to Saturn within the same day, the second cazimi, that is really spectacular. Now there's a 12-hour gap, but it does mean that Saturn is applying to both events. Saturn of course can be a little bit grisly, or in fact the impact it has upon us can make us a little bit grisly in terms of seeing our glasses half empty, but also it can make us fearful. And the 12th house is very much to do with psychology. So if you do find yourself wanting to embrace something that gives you an instant hit of pleasure, to move the moment because you are feeling a bit low in vitality, your spirits are perhaps not quite as high as they could be, that gives you an idea of why that may be. Part of the complexity of that event on Wednesday is that Mercury is not at its best in the sign of Pisces. Mercury likes logic and it likes detachment. The sign of Pisces has no boundaries. It can get washed away. So you could find some fears manifesting themselves in quite a profound manner. Or concurrently to the wonderful bubbly energy of Venus and Mars in your 11th house, maybe is the reality of a particular situation at a more psychological and deeper level is calling out for your attention, and you could try to distract yourself. So that's really the key to this week, is trying to understand what your motives may be. Now by the end of the week there is a quarter moon on Sunday in your sister fire sign of Sagittarius, and whatever you're feeling, whether it's good or bad, it's likely to be amplified by the end of this week. But what you can do is embrace all that energy that's being prompted in the sign of Pisces, which is about contemplation, reflection, rest, healing, inner work in terms of your own personal development, and let that more bubbly energy of Venus and Mars just see you drawn towards the right people in your world, and just give yourself a moment to take a pause, take a breath, and just consider where you are, but don't judge it if you don't feel on absolute top form. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. Also, if you'd like to ascend above this zodiac forecast and embrace the power of more serious astrology, if you give me 3 pieces of your birth data of time, date and place, or date and place, I can produce for you your life roadmap report. This will give you searing insights into the patterns that are played out in your life so far. You can get a much more intimate understanding of how these have affected your situation, but how you can work with them more effectively going forwards. In my special package of 30% off, you also get your 12 months transit. That's the moving planets in the sky interacting with your totally unique personal blueprint. Please see the link below for more.